Hey everybody, what's up? If you're an estranged parent like me and you look back and you think I coulda, woulda, shoulda done it different, and you're not alone. So I'm just gonna kind of go over what I went through, and this is just kind of the norm if you were raised like me. So I was married to someone who was not kind. I went to therapy and everything, and finally people said you gotta wake up, and this is not a situation you should be in or raise your children in. And so I filed for divorce. My ex never fought for custody. Never. That's not even what we went when we were separated. That's not even what was brought up. It was known that they would stay with me and this and that. And months into our separation, he had only watched them when I worked. And then I had to kind of force his hand to say, with my lawyer, I want him to take them every other weekend because I'm exhausted. And then I felt really guilty. Thought, no, I struggle with that, but I thought it was important. They had a relationship with their dad. So we get divorced. I call him because it's his weekend. And he said, no, the divorce decree says I am to have the girls minimum of the third weekend of the month, and that's it. So that's what he was sticking to. I said, okay. And I made the best of it. And I said, well, at least they're with me more. And then not soon after that, he met someone and they moved in together. And he said, I'm only going to have them the third Saturday of the month because I have to work. Okay, fine, whatever. And so that's the way it went. He spent years poisoning our children. My children would come back and say, Dad and so asked about you. And I'm like, why did they ask about me? We're divorced. But that's the way it went. There was never a question in my mind my girls would be with me, that I would be the primary parent, that I made all of the decisions based on health, school, etc. I mean, we filled their dad in, but I was responsible for everything. After the divorce, like I said, it was one Saturday a month, and that's the way it went. And eventually, my daughters parted ways, and now they are. I think they have a relationship with their dad and their stepmom, and they're completely involved with them. And I have been disconnected from. Now, let's just say the roles had been reversed and their dad was given primary custody and I saw him once a month. Would my daughters then have a relationship with me and not with their dad? I just want to know. If I had taken the easy way out, where would I be today? You hear stories of women that walk away from their children. I recently ordered a book. It was about a woman that paved the way for the Pacific Crest Trail or something like that. She was married. I think she had 9 children. Walked away. Set out on a path, and she didn't have any particular hiking gear. She just decided to walk. And there came a point in time when she wrote a book. And I think her situation had to do with domestic violence. So, just like her, I had been involved in it. I chose to leave my relationship to raise my children, and it backfired. And I'm not going to say I regret raising my children, because I don't. Because I am proud of what I did, and I had enough respect for myself and my children to not give up on them. And so, regardless of what we have been through, please don't ever regret what you've done. I know it's not easy, and I know we say if we coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we can't. So, all I know is that I pat myself on the back, even if my children don't and their dad doesn't. That's just the way it is. So, anyways, that's all I've got, and I will be back.